Bonjour. So for me, this is day number 3, I think, in the garage, trying to knock out projects so that way I can get the bikes put up and get the wife's car in. So I know you guys are seeing this way down the road, but it is what it is. You know, I got to pump these projects through because the wife is getting antsy to get her car in the garage because winter is here. So anyway, so what we got today is a part from Advanblack, color matched to the Whiskey Fire that is the Street Glide. There's something I've eyeballed on the last bike that I never pulled the trigger on, and unfortunately, I guess on one hand, it's not something I can track down on eBay or Amazon. Not that I really want to, but it's not an option with the last Street Glide. At least it was, because it was gloss black, vivid black, you know. So this time I bit the bullet and I went through Advan and I got their mid-frame heat deflectors, and it is a spot-on match to the Whiskey Fire from Harley. So they came packaged well in this, and I mean, one on one side, one on the other side, with all the hardware. And the bolts here are a 7/16 or an 11 millimeter. I mean, either or will work. We have our nut certs and our speed nuts, some washers, and 0 directions. So going to be figuring this out as I go, but I have watched Steve's video from Sick Baggers, and he also does install videos on Advan's channel, so go check them out if you want a far more better install video than what I'm going to attempt. So these go right here, fill this void, and for me it kind of closes this area up, you know, kind of fills a hole. And come on guys, we're all about filling holes. So I'm gonna get that in there. Got to figure out exactly where everything's going, so when I do, I'll bring you guys back, and once I know what goes where and how to make it all work. So be patient with me. All right, so we're up close and personal, and I figured out where everything's going. So down here, if I can get this nut cert out, there's just a blank hole right there, kind of hexagonal shaped. We take one of these nut certs and just slide it in there, and it holds. And then the other hole is already pre-threaded. It's right there. So I'm going to hit all the bolts with a little bit of Loctite, put a washer on there, put the part up, and then thread everything in. As you can tell, this is a really tight squeeze. So you guys aren't going to get to watch me try to spin all of this stuff in here, because I'm probably going to be calling this everything but a motorcycle before I'm done. But with this speed nut, as soon as we thread the nut in, it's going to crush down and it'll stay a part of the bike. Now, we don't have to go all Herculean on this thing, which is why I'm going to do the Loctite, just to make sure nothing rattles loose. So let me grab the parts and then a seat and see if I can't get this in here and only call it a Harley, but we'll find out. All right, and they're on. I actually spent more time getting the tools out and organized than in the actual install itself. So it was really simple, guys. I actually did have to get a box wrench, a 7/16, because up in here is a real tight squeeze and I wasn't getting in there with a socket. That one I got, whoops, fingers in the way. That one I got with a socket just fine. So there's a little bit of wiggle, but that's just flexing the plastic, not because I've got any loose bolts. So coming around to the other side, here's where the 24s differ a little bit from Steve's video. Is with the previous gens, your spark plug wires here kind of were towards the back, so you'd have to disconnect one and move it, and right in here is a clip so you could re-secure your spark plug wire. Well, obviously I didn't need to do that because of how they redesigned the 24s. So got that one in there with a socket just fine, and then the one down here I had to go back to the box wrench, snug it up, and a little bit of wiggle, but again, that's not actual wiggle, that's plastic flex. And these are ABS plastics. I mean, they are solid, and as you can tell, let's back up a little bit, that is, it's still perfect match. It looks more red on the camera than it does in person. So if you guys haven't seen this in person, definitely do, because it's not this red. It's a lot more, or a little bit more copper than it is red. So, but yeah, it was a real simple install. Kind of kick myself now for not having done it on the 19 on one hand, but on the other, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I didn't have to spend the money twice. So in theory, these are supposed to help deflect heat off of your legs, away from your boys, you know, or for the ladies out there, away from your girl bits. Anyway, before we go down that rabbit hole, kind of help redirect that heat. So that way it's not coming up on you. Whether or not that's true, I have no clue. But I'm going to find out when the weather gets nice again, which won't be until May, June, July. Hell, this is Spokane. It could be October. I have no clue. We always play it by ear. So I will have a link down below. Sorry, no discount code. I did purchase this. I didn't mention on the other videos, but I did purchase the pipe. Saddleman hooked me up on the seat. I purchased the handlebars that are going to get done in the next video. So all of that is on me except for the seat. So go check them out. I don't have discount codes for anything because, well, you guys are amazing. They just don't know who I am yet. So keep helping me out. Help me to get them to know who we are as part of my the Buffalo herd. I know I heard it as soon as I said it. Never mind. But like I said, go check them out. A solid product. The paint is spot on. And from what I understand, their customer service is not half bad either. So they don't know me from Adam, but I do like their product. I've used it on the Street Glide, on several other parts. So I keep buying from them. And most of their stuff does ship out of California. Some of it does ship out of China. But the wait time on this was, I think, maybe a week. So anyway, that's all I've got. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll catch you in the next one, likely doing bars. See ya.